extraordinary effort. It takes extraordinary commitment. It takes extraordinary strength. The Valley Forge wasn't easy. Going to the moon wasn't easy. Settling the West wasn't easy. We are the American people. We have seen difficulties before, and we always overcome them. This is about rolling up our sleeves. We might have some differences, but as Americans, putting our head down and getting it done.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Today, I'm very proud of myself.
Newsmax calls him a top 50 most influential black Republican in the country. Liberals call him. The president calls him Wayne.
We do love Wayne, right? We love Wayne, right?
Broadcasting live from the We Are America radio studio in Baltimore, Maryland. This is the Wayne Dupree Show. Here's your host, Wayne Dupree, with co-host Hutch Bailey Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wayne Dupree Show. I'm your host, Wayne Dupree, and we are back in the land of the living, back and better than ever. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. It's a Monday night. It's the start of a new week. New news, old news, weekend news, everything. Everything we got going. We want to thank all those, all of the people that joined us over the weekend. That was something that I hadn't looked on or thought about, and then boom, there we go. We were doing the show, so you know it was weird because we don't really do weekend shows, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in for that. We got Stacy on the line. What's up, Stace? What's going on?
Oh, Wayne, not much here. Just living the dream, watching liberals' heads explode today. How are you this evening?
I am fine. I am once again looking. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to happen this weekend, but it started on Friday night. You know, it started on Friday night with Horsley. I think his name is Horsley. Housley came up with some information that really blew everything out of the water. Or was it Thursday? It was Friday, wasn't it?
I think it was Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, I guess they thought that they were going to just slip that stuff into the that document dump on Friday night so that nobody would see it. But so we found out that a high level person in intelligence and not in the FBI was responsible for the unmasking of private citizens' names.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bloomberg came out today with the Susan Rice thing. I got to tell you, I don't think it's her.
Really?
I really don't. I really don't. We're talking about somebody that, how do you say? Somebody that came out at the behest of the president and whoever and gave us the videos. I think it's somebody else. I do. I think that she's out there as the person, but I think it's somebody else.
Well, I mean, did somebody else ask her to do it? Absolutely. But has she shown herself to be a loyal fall gal for Barack Hussein Obama? 100%. You know?
Well, that. I mean, and that's why she's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
And I don't think she will. But, you know, the interesting thing is that you still have the only crime that we know about for certain. Okay? I'm not saying that what she did was a crime or was not a crime. I think there needs to be further investigation on that. But we do know that there was a leak, and that is a crime.
Oh, yeah.
And I am praying to God that was Ben Rhodes. I am praying to God Ben Rhodes, as her second in command, went and leaked that information to a reporter, because that smug jerk, I would love to see him hauled away in handcuffs and spending some time in prison. And so for anybody to think that Barack Obama did not guide this, does not know about it, those are the loyal soldiers, and they will stick by him 100%. You will see the left of the left dig their heels in even further and support this guy. So yeah, no, I do think she requested the reports. My understanding is her name or is on, the request to unmask this information, but I think we still have a long way to go to figure out who else is involved in it.
I honestly, I'm sorry. I just think that it goes up farther than that. Because I mean, to me, in the line of having power to do something like this, I see Valerie Jarrett way over this woman. I see Clapper, and I know what you're saying, that her name is on something, or well, they're saying that it's on something, but come on.
No, I'm not saying that other people were not involved, but you also have to remember too. I mean, if you're gonna throw somebody under the bus, have her put her name on it.
Because she's been the fall guy for a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
So why not
have her request it, right? I mean, she's the perfect one. You can just say, you can throw her under the bus because she has no credibility, and of course she would do something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, her credibility was shot already. Yeah. I mean, she's already used up, but she went right. I caught what you were saying. She went right to Clapper, Brennan, and Rhodes. All three of them need to do 50 years in Leavenworth. They need to come down hard on these people, or it's never going to end. And she probably went to them and said, "Do y'all want this?" Or they went to her and said, "Do this." Okay. And I'm on the fence about the journalist that they gave it to too. I mean, I know we have the First Amendment, definitely, but when you get handed a red hot nuclear pile of something like this, and you just put it out there, and there's no consequences, right? And you're doing it for partisan reasons, how can we have a republic like that?
Well, we don't, Hutch, and that's the bottom line. We don't, and I will tell you this: I don't have a lot of faith that anybody's going to have any consequences for this. I really,
right, me both.
Right. And that's
I agree, and that's so, oh man, that's so disheartening.
It is, and if nothing occurs of this, if they are able to say, hey, it was no crime, she has the authority to unmask people, and and I heard them today, the NSA wouldn't approve it unless there was something there. So they're all going to circle their little wagons around. And if no one goes down, and I tell you who might go down for it, Hutch, is what you're saying. They might actually go after the reporter before they would Susan Rice, before they would Ben Rhodes, before they would Clapper, Brennan, Obama, any of them. They'll make an example out of that reporter, and people will say that's enough. Then we have a constitutional crisis. We have a banana republic if nobody is indicted for this, because this should concern all
a lot
citizens.
Of people, right. I mean, you're talking about private citizens now. You're talking about private citizens during an election, but you're talking about private citizens getting being surveilled and being unmasked. I mean, that's unheard of.
But they're politicizing the intelligence agency.
Right. Yeah, even the Democrats. What if Trump did this?
Right.
Oh, my
God. Okay, everything's cool. We're done. And then he goes over to the NSA and says, I want everything you got on Feinstein. I want everything you got on Leahy and all these people. And Ginsburg and the rest of them. We're going to take them out. The Democrats should be up in arms, too.
They should be, and they're not.
Right.
And they're not. But I will tell you that Adam Schiff, boy, he sure changed his tune.
Man. 2 weeks ago, he was like, we got more than substantial evidence.
And we're going to impeach Trump. That's basically what he was saying.
I was like, well, punk, if you got it, bring it. I mean, just don't talk about it, bring it. But, he didn't. And then he was cornered this weekend. He was like, I'm not saying that the stuff that the collector was wrong, but
I'm scared like Stacey though, Wayne. I'm scared nobody's going to go to jail.
Nobody is going to jail.
I swear nobody. There's no concept. The freaking IRS guy still has a job.
Yeah, I know. We're paying Lois Lerner her pension.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. 4 people died in Benghazi.
Yep.
Eric
because
Holder's making
of
more
Barack
money now than
Obama
ever.
and Hillary Clinton and no one lost their job.
Nope.
Nothing ever happens.
And they wonder why General Flynn wants immunity.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they'd send him to jail.
I know that. Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do, and we check out the phone system to make sure everything's okay. We got Florida calling in on the line. Florida, you on the line?
Yes, I am. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Who am I talking to?
This is Katika from Twitter.
Hi, Katika from Twitter. What's on your mind?
I was calling to let you know that it was Mike Chernovich that revealed the story about Susan Rice and not Bloomberg. And I didn't know if you were aware of that or not.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, I am. But I figured that there would be some type of paralyzing event that he would have placed her on or something, some kind of attack for Susan Rice.
You know, the funniest part is last night CBS 60 Minutes called him fake news.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's probably. Go ahead.
I also wanted to ask how your credentials are coming along. I think you were talking on Twitter about getting them with Sean Spicer, I think, in person. You talked to him?
Well, he talked to us at CPAC. He was our guest at CPAC. And actually, I was trying to get him on as a guest this week.
Nice.
I still have yet to. I got Sebastian Gorka on Thursday. But right now we're waiting on Spicer. So when we get him on here, we'll turkey shoot him, and
you'll hammer him for those credentials.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really love your show.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
All right now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And listen, I do want to say something about Cernovich. I think that it is interesting to me that a citizen journalist is running rings around everyone at this point, because no one except for Fox is really reporting on this of news groups that you would consider the mainstream media. And I think it is just so, I think it shines such a light.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
I agree. I think this is a huge win for new media. And I think that it really should energize people that you can really make a difference out there, because I promise you that with the companies that control the mainstream media, had Donald Trump not tweeted that tweet and had new media not dug into this story, they would have shoved the Russian Trump conspiracy theory down your throat until you believed it was a fact. Period. And you would have never heard about any of this.
They're still headlining with it to this day. There's still every conversation. It's all about that. And it's like, hey, Chris Wallace, we stopped talking about that last week, buddy. It's this Sunday. It's not last Sunday.
Well, they're so wedded to it. They need it to be true so badly. They're grasping at it like a freaking, their last breath. And it really is their last breath, because this truly shows more. This is a huge scandal, and every American should be concerned about it. And you know who should be most concerned about it? Our investigative journalists, and they don't do their job when a Republican is in charge.
Right.
Or when a Democrat's in charge. I mean, you look at all the stories they sat on there, and just in fairness, this hurts, but just in fairness to Bloomberg, Eli Lake also reported the Susan Rice thing in conjunction with Cernovich.
He did, and so did Adam Housley. But I think that when you're talking about the three organizations, you're talking about one that is true new media out there.
Oh, sure, no question.
But and I was thinking about Adam Housley on the way in here tonight, and I was like, so much credit has to go to him, because without him, all this wouldn't even have been on the bleeping freaking radar. Seriously, because Housley was the one that put it out there. Housley was the one that laid the breadcrumbs for everybody. Housley said everything he could without giving out a name. Person high up, very, very, very connected, very high profile. Not in the FBI. Is wearing a red dress. Drives a Sudan. I mean, he basically Housley gave out basically everything except for a name last weekend.
And you have to hope for, even though we're the new media and we're trying to make our bones, you got to hope that the mainstream media comes around and gets off this drunk. You got to hope they sober up, because, I mean, they've got the apparatus in place. If they would just do an honest day's work, this country would turn around in 6 weeks.
But you know what? You know what? They don't have to, because we
put to be that way.
Yeah, because we're pushing right past them.
That's true.
We're pushing right past them. Honestly, anytime CNN hires a White House press correspondent, that her claim to fame, that her claim to fame is that she had an attitude against Sean Spicer, and stood there and had an argument with him, and now she's a political contributor on CNN. Really?
I know.
And I ain't racist, but I'm gonna say this: she's a black woman that got hired by CNN, who is still being sued by black employees for racial discrimination over the last 20 years. But they don't want to talk about that, though.
You look at ABC. I mean, they've got Stephanopoulos. They never even batted an eye about taking the White House communication director under Bill Clinton and making him their top dog. Mm-hmm. You know, it's sickening.
We got New York on the line right now. We are taking phone calls tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's Monday. Usually we don't take phone calls, and usually we don't have any views, but this is a new system, so I'm testing out the system still. And, we're still working out whatever kinks we got. It's not working the way I want it to tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. We got New York on the line. Go ahead, New York.
Good evening, everyone. Stacey, I have to disagree with you, because
why
the game has
every
changed.
time do you call, you have to disagree with me? I every Monday.
I'm sorry. I just, because the game, for me, the game has changed. Now we talk about multiple felonies here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And listen, I want more than anything for somebody to be held accountable. That would make my year.
Somebody has to get accountable, because what they did was they broke the law. You cannot release information if a person's not being investigated regarding any kind of threat. Only if, like, bombs and stuff like that, not just to eavesdrop on somebody's conversation or bring it out.
But see, Obama had loosened the rules to allow access to that type of intel. She does have the ability to have it unmasked, whether or not I understand.
That's not.
But the
that's
only
not true.
law that was broken is the law.
That's not true. You cannot release anybody information only for suspicious of activities, not just because you feel like, let me take Mr. Dupree's information, let me drop his conversation, bring it out to the public. They cannot do that.
I think we're going to find out. And listen, I hope that you're correct about that, but I do believe that she had the ability to request it. Did the NSA
She could request it? You're correct. She could request it, but she cannot put it out for no particular reason. Just to eavesdrop on somebody's conversation, put it out.
In a perfect world, though. In a perfect world, you're right. She can't put it out. But in an Obama world, they can do whatever they want to.
That's right.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
All right. So
we're afraid of.
I understand what you're talking about. You're talking about how things should be, how things will be under a President Trump presidency. But when things were under the Barack Obama administration, it was willy-nilly. It was a la carte, man. It was go for what you know. And they did so much dirt. They did so much dirt in the Obama administration. That's why all these stories are coming out, that they surveilled private citizens when everybody's saying, oh, no, they can't do that. Oh, no, our government can't do that. No, nobody's checking in anything. And now there's proof that private citizens not only were surveilled, but their information was shared amongst agencies, extended agencies, okay, that Barack Obama at the last minute, his last hurrah, let me add these 14 other agencies on here, and then all y'all can have it.
Yeah.
Mr. Wayne, do you not find it suspicious that as soon that tweet of the president came out, the ex-president Obama jetted to an island where he cannot be picked up?
He's still in.
That wasn't a coincidence.
I know. Can you get
that wasn't no coincidence. That wasn't no coincidence. Okay,
well, yeah,
that was no coincidence.
This is bizarre.
Okay,
man.
that was
totally
he
bizarre.
left because he knew if he stays in the States, they were going to grill him.
Well,
and
what happened. The thing that bothers me about all of this.
Thank you for your call, man.
Back in Watergate, when we were back in those times when people actually had a little bit more ethic and morals while serving our people in the federal government, this would be a big deal. And
right.
we would be talking about charges. We'd be talking about everything under the sun for her. But because you can request the unmasking. Now, my understanding is that there has to be some sort of national security reasons, which, according to Nunez, there is none. But they're just going to point fingers back. Well, I thought there was, and there could be, and so we requested it, and then the rules were loosened, so I could obviously share it with anyone. I didn't break any laws.
Look, for everybody,
there is a right and a wrong, and there's legal and illegal, and I think that I am very concerned about how this is going to move forward.
For everybody out there right now, basically, I mean, our last caller is correct in a way, but you can't use that you can't use that mindset with the Barack Obama administration, because they did whatever they wanted to do when they wanted to do it.
And they have no media to hold them accountable.
Nobody
That's what
held them
makes me
accountable.
sick.
Nobody
because
held them
this is wrong.
You look at this administration. This is one of the lesser offenses. If you look at the stuff that they really did,
that's true. That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
They allowed Egypt to be taken over by the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
They deposed a guy that was our ally for 40 freaking years.
And protected him too.
And protected Morsi and put him in there. And Jake and Clapper came in front of Congress and said the Muslim Brotherhood is mostly secular in sworn testimony. Mostly secular. They eschew violence. And it's like, my God, what's going on here? You know, we sent drug cartels in Mexico guns from Texas gun stores.
We sent ISIS weapons.
Tow missiles.
Yeah.
And this is a very minor thing.
Not only that, not only did we send ISIS weapons, Hillary Clinton sat on a board, on the board of a cement company in France that funded ISIS.
Sure.
Okay.
Sold Russia 20% of our uranium.
Yeah, but Trump and Russia, they're big buds.
Yeah.
You know, that's the story. Nothing about any, and it is. It's sickening.
It's almost Civil War material, man. I mean, it's getting to the point where this isn't even really the United States anymore.
I'm telling you, if somebody does not get indicted over this, we're done.
I don't see
we're
it coming.
finished.
I agree with you.
I look, and I'm sorry to say, I don't see it coming.
I don't see
it coming. I don't either.
I don't, because
unless more comes out. Now there's a possibility.
There is.
You know, I hope, man, General Sessions, I hope God's watching over you, and I hope that he has given you knowledge because you're the man. It's all about Sessions.
Here's what I want to know. Okay, let me back up. Would we know if a grand jury is convened to investigate these sort of things?
No.
I really don't know.
No.
Those are secret usually, are they not?
Yeah, but it
wasn't in St. Louis.
Sometimes it leaks out, though. Yeah. Sometimes.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a grand jury. I don't want the Senate.
No more congressional.
I don't want the Senate. I don't want
right,
Congress.
Right. I'm with you.
None of them investigating.
None of that. Just do it in. Let Giuliani do it.
Yeah. Yep. Right. I don't want no Congress. You're right. You're right. We got Massachusetts on the line. Let me bring in Massachusetts. Massachusetts, what you want to talk about real quick?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Love the show, guys.
Thank you.
I just wanted to talk about Shia LaBeouf and his art project that he started during Donald Trump's inauguration.
He's over in England, isn't he? He's overseas right now, right?
That?
He's overseas.
Oh, I don't know. He was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nobody knows where he's at now. I'm still waiting for season 5 to come out. But they apparently, I don't know if you guys know the whole story, but he started his art project in New York.
Yeah.
And he was getting trolled by a bunch of people.
He got arrested.
Then he moved it on. He moved. He had to. He got arrested. They made him move along to New Mexico. And he started it there. Then some gunshots rang out. They shut him down there. And then he moved his flag. He set up a flag in the middle of nowhere in an undisclosed location. And trolls from 4chan and 8chan found his flag in under 36 hours by using like contrails from the jets going by and astrology and other things. it was just, I thought it was an epic story, and it was just amazing how they did that. And then once they took his flag down on the live stream, that was the most epic part, I thought, and raised up a Make America Great Again with a Pepe shirt.
Well, I know. England welcomed him to do his protests over there, and not even 24 hours later, then they shut it down because they were afraid of violence and stuff going on. So I don't know where he is right now. I don't know if he's back in the States, but thank you for that update, my friend, out of Massachusetts, for Shia LaBeouf. Let's kind of talk to let's move it to Gorsuch for a second. Old man Schumer wants to sit down with President Trump.
He forgot there was an election.
And the Democrats and the Republicans, and come up with a mainstream judge that everybody will agree on.
Did he even say the Republicans? Didn't he just say the Democrats?
Did. No, he said the Republicans too.
No, it's not going to happen. That decision's been made, Chucky. That decision's been made. You lost the election, and guess what's getting ready to happen?
I'm like, what are you doing, Chuck? I mean, that's one of the stupidest things. Chuck, you lost, man. You lost. You lost the election.
McConnell is gonna use the Reid rule.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to start calling it, because that's what the heck it is.
And that's it.
It's the Reid rule. We didn't ask for it.
Nope.
They blew up the federal court system with it.
Sure did.
Well, we're getting ready to blow up the Supreme Court with it.
And fool with us, we'll take your last 2 male nominees that are on the Supreme Court right now. We'll take them off and put Ted Cruz up there and somebody else.
Ted Cruz, I know. We'll put Louis Gohmert up there.
Yeah, goddamn right we will. Because you know what?
Trey Gowdy, we'll put him up there too.
We'll fill that thing with 40-year-old, 40 low 50-year-old judges. Y'all never see the light of day.
You know what makes me mad, guys? What really makes me mad? 3 of the most communist Americans in the United States, Ginsburg, Sotomayor, and Kagan, the Republicans voted in with no arguments.
I know they did, yeah.
You know, and you're going to come and pull this now?
Yeah.
After we put those pieces of garbage in there because you wanted them?
And yes, they are. And that's exactly, they don't play by the rules.
No, they don't.
Period, end of story. And this has got to stop.
Republicans, if you're listening, don't ever you put one of these leftists in there again.
Exactly.
I don't care if you got to come in there and talk all night, whatever you got to do. This game got to stop.
You know, they keep crying about Garland this and Garland that. But guess what? Y'all didn't have to listen to the Republicans.
That was the KKK guy's rule. That was Robert Byrd's rule. That in the last year of a lame duck, you don't get to pick a Supreme Court justice. That wasn't our rule either.
Y'all didn't have to listen to him. Y'all could have did whatever y'all wanted to do, but you didn't. You didn't.
But excited show.
Yeah. There we go. But I mean, look. You know, the way that I was looking at Schumer the people that are against Gorsuch right now, they all voted for him a couple years ago.
Right.
They all voted for him a couple years ago. They were all in love with him, and I mean, this dude, this judge plays by the book.
Oh yeah.
He enforces the law. The law that's on the book, he enforces it. And I said this on one of my videos. Democrats, who are those things that you just named just a while ago? Ginsburg,
Kagan,
Blockage,
and Sotomayor.
Yeah, okay.
Ginsburg went to Egypt and said, "Hey, you know what? When you guys write this Constitution, don't use ours as a model." This is the person that's supposed to be upholding the Constitution at the highest level.
These three don't enforce the law. They use their emotions on the law. What do they think? They don't follow it to the T.
At least once a night.
And now, and guess who that is? That's Jim. That was Jim.
Mississippi.
That was Jim from Mississippi calling the wrong phone line.
Get the new number.
Yeah. No, what? No, Jim got the wrong phone line.
He got that song.
I know he's happy. I know he's happy because his team beat Connecticut. I was surprised. His team beat Connecticut. But yeah, Jim, you got the wrong phone
line. Twice.
Somebody tell Jim.
This isn't working.
The new phone number is 202. It's on the screen, Jim. If you're watching it, it's on the screen. 202-733-6951. 202-733-6951. 202-733-6951. We got California on the line, too. Hey, California, thanks for holding in there.
Hey, no problem. This is Sue. Glad to be talking with you all. First of all, I wanted to tell you all how much I appreciate the fact that you have the shows recorded for us on Spreaker. I've been working an incredible schedule this month and listen to your shows. It's invaluable.
We're not laughing at you. I don't know what all you can hear. We're not laughing at you.
I thought, okay, she thinks I have nothing better to do at midnight. That is possibly true. But anyway, it's really cool that we're able to get the play-by-plays of you guys during the regular daytime show. Second of all, I totally agree with what you're all saying about the ethics that we see taking place. I truly believe if we do not get this Supreme Court justice, we have to change what's happening in the judicial system. We have way too many liberals in charge. I mean, this latest thing with Trump being, they're going to carry on that case. That's so ridiculous because of his words, get him out of here. I mean, he paid for that event. It's a private place. They're not to be in there. He paid for it out of his pocket. He should have the right to tell anybody to get out. But we have liberal judges. We need to get the Supreme Court judge, no matter what, he has got to get in place, because I think a lot of the things that Sessions is waiting for is things that we know we're going to end up going to the Supreme Court on, and we've got to get our guy in place, because otherwise he's too quiet. But I think they're planning things, and I hope they are, because there are so many laws being broken. We've got to have something happen.
I think that's a very good point. And Hutch and Wayne, also, his number 2 has Sessions number 2 been approved yet?
I haven't been. I kind of did he?
Sessions has been approved.
No, but he's got someone else
but
too.
His under guy, I don't think he has.
Oh.
And I don't think he has either. And I think those two things together, the Supreme Court with his second in command at the Department of Justice, are probably a huge deal on why some of the things maybe have not been pushed further. Yeah. So I think you make a really great point.
Well, thank you all very much. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Antoinette Plummer just said that Sessions Deputy Director made it out of the Judicial Committee today.
Okay.
So by about May,
thank you, Antoinette.
June, he'll probably get approved. They're still doing it. It's unbelievable.
Well, and so that
These
is
Democrats
concerning with the whole Russia, Trump, Susan Rice leaking thing. Is that an Obama person who is currently, working with Sessions at this point until his deputy director gets approved? So, I mean, a lot of that does make sense for sure.
I honestly think the Democrat Party is destroying itself.
I think they are too.
I mean, this move with this nuclear option, they're stupid, man. I mean, are they that out of money that they have to listen to this leftist base?
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Jim, are you on the line? Jim, if you can hear me, the phone number that you should be calling is 202-733-6291.
733-6291. Okay, thank you.
Might as well stay on.
because
okay, gotcha.
And I'm still trying to find the Skype on this machine to delete it.
I went through
that.
It
comes out of nowhere, man. Yours too.
All powerful.
Yours too. It comes out of freaking nowhere, And
look, you get it on your phone.
And when it gets on the phone, you can't
have your phone in
you
the
can't turn it
studio
off.
with
You can't turn it off.
Oh boy.
I love it. I hope he calls back.
Well, I gave him the wrong number.
Oh no!
I just looked up there. I gave him the wrong number.
No.
Oh, Jim.
I said 62.
That's gonna take.
I said 6291, didn't I? And it's 6951. Okay.
That's gonna take 2 weeks to figure out.
Yep. Well, I also tweeted it to him anyway. Hey, Oregon, you're on the line. What's up?
Hi, Wayne. This is Rosedella again. How you doing?
Hey, Rosedella.
I wanted to talk about Judge Gorsuch.
Yep, go ahead.
I looked it up on Wikipedia, and his mother was appointed by President Reagan to be the first female administrator for the EPA. And that is a concern to me because, the EPA is probably very big in his history and his family. And I wonder what his positions are on environmental stuff.
Who?
Well, the Reagan EPA was a lot different than the EPA of today. And I only say that because I watched what the EPA. I live in Pittsburgh. My studio's in Pittsburgh, and when I was growing up, the steel mills were in full effect, and the EPA did do some good things with that. I'm not saying entirely. I'm not saying they didn't morph into pretty much a communist manifesto type of operating system, but at the time that Richard Nixon started them, I think they meant well, and I think that bled into the Reagan years. After that, I mean, it went downhill, but I don't think the Supreme Court has a whole lot of influence on environmental. How many environmental cases go all the way to the Supreme Court, Maybe there are some. I just can't think of any.
Yeah.
Tree
huggers.
Hutch,
he apparently is a Catholic. He went through from K-12 in Catholic school, and just like Judge Scalia, he was a Catholic. So.
Well, I mean, he's almost perfect. He's almost perfect, but nobody's perfect. But he's almost perfect as a conservative, something that we've been looking at for a long time. And
he has to be
we finally got it. Right.
And he is
that's all I
abundantly
wanted
qualified.
to say.
All right, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Looks like Jim found... Jim? That should make you wait. No, I'm kidding. I love you, man. I love you. Right behind it. Let me go ahead and bring him on here. Yeah, look.
No, apparently I didn't get the number right. Which used to I could remember numbers, but then I went to your your YouTube page and picked up on it. So this is the new number from now on, correctly?
This is the new number from now on.
Okay, thanks for the message Friday night. That was awful nice of you. I really appreciate that.
I thought about you, man.
About the ball.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that.
It was late, real late, man. It was real late in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I never did watch your program Friday night because I was so excited watching that game. But I got two quick things. Ginsburg, when they have what would you call a presentation or when the attorneys come before them to plead a case, that lady, I guarantee you, she's sitting up there with her head down, sound asleep. She's just out. Can you imagine? I mean, she's up there. All they need to do is find some kind of medication that would sort of do her in, and then that would be, a
Hey,
puncher.
Jim,
He could.
did you ever watch Rowan and Martin's Laughing?
Clarence Thomas could get some kind of shot, and I mean, of course, if he was an Obama, if he's on Obama's side, he'd get away with it. But the other thing I wanted to ask you guys real quick here, are we just 4 short? I know they said 4 are going to go from the Democrats over for Gorsuch, but are we down to 52 or 51 as far as senators are concerned with Sessions gone now?
They have 41 that are voting against him.
No. You're talking about how many Republican senators do we have, right?
Yeah. I thought we were getting 4 from the Democrats.
Right. There are 4 that said that they were going to support Gorsuch. It's not going to make it to 60, though.
Right, but how many do we have? 51 or 52? Sessions is out, right?
Yeah, Sessions
are we
gone.
Short one?
Sessions is gone.
Short one there.
Sessions is gone, but that election is within the next couple of weeks.
Right, I understand. No, it's going to be Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay.
But anyway, that puts us down to 51, and we got 4 more, 55. But Hutch just said they've got 41. That gives us 50. That only gives us 58 though, because only 99 senators right now, aren't they?
And they could all change their mind too. I mean, they talk a lot of smack, but
hey, I got a good.
They changes
feeling.
that rule to nuclear.
Serious.
That rule stays changed.
Oh, I know that. I know it if they change it to nuclear, but I got a gut feeling that something good is going to happen, and we're going to end up with 60. Now,
I ain't even worried about that. I ain't even worried about that. As long as we got our hand on the switch, we going nuclear.
Right. Oh,
I already don't care.
I agree with you, but I just think it would be great to just kick Schumer's AWS and get 60. I don't know if we can do it, but we're going to get it. I know that. I understand that, but it would tickle me to death if we got 60. Yeah. Hey, you guys looking good, and the phone is just fabulous, man. This is unbelievable. Now I got to get the number correctly.
Not
correct.
You were able to listen, right? You were able to listen on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Heard you good. Real good.
Good.
Sure did. And, man, I really appreciate that. My phone kept beeping, and I was watching the post-game stuff, and my phone kept beeping, and I thought, well, that's my son in Memphis. He's just sending me a text. And so I kept thinking, I'll go back and check that in a minute. Well, finally, it had to be 12 or 1 o'clock or something. I went over there, and it was from Wayne, and I really appreciate that, man. That meant a lot to me. But that was some game, boy. But they were just out of gas last night. Or not? Was it last night? Yeah, last night. They were out of gas. But I'm proud of them. They'll be back. There
we go. All right.
Are y'all still there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. If you need anything, call me or come on down to Mississippi and we'll go get some catfish. You like catfish?
We can do some catfish.
I love catfish.
Yeah, we'll do that catfish. Okay, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
All right.
I think I am in love with Jim. I love listening to him talk. Maybe it's because we're both Southerners. I don't know, but I just love it. He's so sweet.
He is. I like the guy too.
What we got?
So they're scolding us in the chat room. They say don't call it nuclear, call it the Reed rule. Sorry about that. You're right.
That's fine.
You're correct.
That's fine. We can do that. The Reed rule. I mean, because that gives it over to Democrats. I mean,
right.
Chuck Schumer is like, Republicans are going to try to change the rules. Excuse me, buddy. That is part of the rules. Okay, that's part of the rules.
Don't bring Garland up because that happened because of the Byrd rule.
Yeah, Yeah. So, you know, I'm
so sick of hearing about they just are. I mean, like you said, I think they're destroying themselves. I mean, they sound like such morons when they're opposing. You literally could not get a better So basically, you're saying he's out of the mainstream because he wants to follow the law and the Constitution. Oh, okay, gotcha, check. You know, I mean, he just needs to be qualified. People on both sides of the aisle have given him glowing recommendations. Every law, person who's ever, been asked about him gives them glowing recommendations, and they want to pull a filibuster. They're idiots.
I got something.
Absolute idiots.
I got something for Chuck Schumer.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's from Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke.
But what I was talking about earlier was Cruz could get
to judicial nominees, so have Democrats. But when the Democrats changed that rule in 2013, they opened the door for this to happen. Now, what Democrats, I think, right now are being a little bit short-sighted about, and there are many senators who will tell you this privately, I know because they've told me this, is that you don't know what's going to happen on the next Supreme Court fight. You don't know how politically weakened Trump will be. You don't know what kind of nominee he puts forward. So to waste this bullet now seems awfully short-sighted.
I mean, right now his approval rating is at 38%.
The reason why I stopped that is because the last time that the media reported it, it was at 40%. But you notice now they're going to say, well, no, it's at 30. I mean, now it's at 36 or 38%. No. Y'all don't even know what his approval rating is because y'all don't talk to anybody. You don't talk. Y'all just throwing out numbers. And
you look at the coverage he's gotten, though. I mean, it's criminal.
I got pissed off because Barack Obama, I know Barack Obama's numbers were in the 20s. I know his approval numbers had to be in the 20s for all that stuff that he was doing. But they never dropped him below 40. They never dropped Barack Obama below 40, ever.
How much more politically weakened is he going? I'm being serious here. I mean, this is something where he's nominating somebody who is 49 years old who could be on the court for 30, 35 years, and who knows, the next one could be equally young.
And the next one, we know now he will have carte blanche. He can say, you know what, I'm going to nominate Ted Cruz, Democrats, because you screwed around with me last time. You tried to block my nominee, who by all accounts did a very good job in his confirmation hearings, has unquestionable qualifications. So, and Trump is the kind of guy who would do something. But, it's not
that right there is a New York Times reporter. Yep. New York Times reporter. Now, this is
second. Then now it looks like we have the 60 votes.
Sorry about that.
Wrongs don't make a right.
Okay, let me make
why not give Neil Gorsuch an up or down vote, Senator Schumer?
Let me make a proposal here to maybe break this problem that we have.
Do y'all think he's in a position to make a proposal about anything? No.
No, what I think, what I've heard is that their money people are forcing this issue.
Yeah. Because they know it's a loser.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is going to kill them.
Yeah. It's
two wrongs don't make a right. You're the one that made the rule, Schumer. You're the one that said if a president is in the last year of a lame duck presidency, we will not put a Supreme Court justice forward. We didn't say that. You said that.
Okay. It looks like Gorsuch will not reach the 60 vote margin. So instead of changing the rules, which is up to Mitch McConnell and the Republican majority, why doesn't President Trump, Democrats and Republicans in the Senate sit down and try to come up with a mainstream nominee? Look.
Because you lost.
That's what
He won.
Jesus.
Are you trying to tell me Kagan was mainstream? Kagan was mainstream.
I know. Kagan and the other
Sotomayor was
wildebeest. Right.
They both look like my ex-wife.
Oh Lord.
But whoever he was talking to was like, yeah, what a great idea. Why don't we do that? He's so out of the mainstream. These people are freaking nuts.
Can you believe that he even? I mean, there's really got to be something wrong with his thinking for him to even form his mouth to say that?
When a nominee doesn't get 60 votes, you shouldn't change the rules. You should change the nominee. And let's just give me 1 minute here, because this is important.
All right.
Let's just look at the history, okay? Our nominee was Merrick Garland. Mitch McConnell broke 230 years of precedent and didn't call him up for a vote. It wasn't in the middle of an election campaign.
Man.
It was March. Second,
Not true.
then now it looks like we have the 60 the votes to prevent Gorsuch from getting on. Now, that doesn't mean you have to change the rules. Each side didn't get their nominee. Let's sit down and come together. Our Republican friends are acting like, they're a cat on the top of a tree, and they have to jump off with all the damage that entails. Come back off the tree, sit down, and work.
What is he talking
Can somebody tell me what the hell that means?
The cat in the tree?
Yes. He's acted like a cat
That
in the tree.
jumps off and all the damage
All the
that
damage.
entails?
They jump off trees all the time. The hell is wrong with them?
Can't believe I said that about my ex-wife. But yeah, it's unbelievable. These people lost their minds.
Hold on.
With us, and we will produce a mainstream nominee.
Senator Schumer, why should...
One more point,
hang
Chuck.
on here.
It'll be a Republican nominee. But remember, Democrats voted for Roberts and Alito, and both of them got the 60 votes.
All right, but there are already 2 Democrats for Neil Gorsuch, so there already is a bipartisan majority that support him. And look, 2 is 2. It's more than 0 for what it's worth. Hey, NBC News fan.
Kagan, Sotomayor, Ginsburg.
Yep.
I mean,
Inky, Blinky, and Nod.
What else can you say? I mean, because I was ticked off at all 3 of those, especially Ginsburg. Ginsburg was the solicitor of the ACLU. She was the head lawyer at the most anti-American organization in the country, and she's on the Supreme Court now, and Republicans put her there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to get ready to go. Stacy, how can people reach out to you on social media?
You guys can most easily, I can't even talk, but you can reach me on Twitter. It's Discovering Me 40 and The Right Rush on Gab.
Hutch.
Hey, SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. I'm Hutch Bailey Jr. on Facebook and Bird's Eye View on Twitter. Good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we have a special guest, Mr. Isaiah Washington. If you watch Grey's Anatomy,
oh my God,
Isaiah Washington will be on the show. He's been talking to me. We've been talking. He has some breaking news, some exclusive news tomorrow night. So,
oh my God, can I please come on and listen? Ask him a question.
Yes. Okay.
I love him, and his firing from that show broke my heart.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry.
So he will be on tomorrow night, and make sure that you tell your friends and your family. He's got some information that he needs to put out there, and we're going to put it out there for him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to the award-winning Wayne Dupree Show, named one of the top 50 influential Black Republicans by Newsmax. Contribute to the program by going to WayneDupree.com and clicking on Donate. Also, support the show and take us on the go by downloading our free app. Just search Wayne Dupree in your app store.
You are fake news.
Sick of fake news? Tune in to the Wayne Dupree Show. Real talk, and you'll always hear it with us. Bring 2 to 3 friends to the show tomorrow night, and let's make America great again together.
God bless America, and no place else.
This has been the Wayne Dupree Show.